Welcome back to Not Conquest SMP. Today I am on Stoneworks, a server which is basically Conquest, but more popular. Everyone makes countries and kills each other. Now why am I here? Well, for a while, whenever I'm not recording or I'm just bored, I log on here and play some Stoneworks, because I'm kind of a nerd that way. But you see, Conquest has been down for like 2 weeks, so I have been kind of busy doing some random stuff, and over the past few months, including recently, I have built 7 or so churches and other assorted buildings on this server, and I thought I would just do a little tour of them all today. Now, if you want to join my server, Conquest SMB, which is currently not working, but will probably be working by the time you watch this video, click the link in the description and make an application and join. It's better than Stoneworks, I tell you. Seriously, this server sucks. I mean, I'm kind of joking, but I'm also kind of right. So, this is the town of Nova Frozia. It's kind of a cringe name, but I didn't make it, someone else did. And this is where I live. I've got a house and a cathedral. That's the big important thing. Look at this house though, right? Isn't this so cool? No, it's kind of boring. Yes, so this is a tiny little village that I live in. Originally a squatter town because we're noobs. All this is just stuff that I built. It's not of the highest quality, but you can see there's a building there. That's where the government would meet, if there was a government. Now this is the first church I built on the server. It's pretty big, yeah. It's not my best work. It's very straight. Like if you look up and down, it doesn't go in at all, which I've realized recently is actually kind of something that that you sort of need, because the top stones up there would probably fall down because of the gravity. It'd be too top heavy. But I didn't know that when I first built this, so this is the oldest one, the first one that I built in this little village. If we walk in here, you can go down the very, very skinny nave, because I didn't quite plan this cathedral out very well. Now down here, we've got a statue. This is a terrible statue, but I mean, it's kind of it. Can you tell that it's a person? I don't like it, honestly. I don't come in here often, but yeah, this is like, it's not amazing. But if you ignore the really fat statue, this place is kind of cool. It's got some stained glass windows. It's not entirely finished though. I didn't ever put in the stained glass windows on the side, but overall this is a pretty decent cathedral, and it took me forever to build as well, because it's quite large. Now, over this way, down this square, is another church. This one I built much later, but it's right next to it, so I'm gonna talk about it here. It is the Holy Sepulchre for my fake Minecraft religion that I never finished making, and so it's just sort of here, and it kind of looks cool. Inside there is where only the priests go, so I can't show you because you're not a priest, you're not welcome here. But, you know, if you look at the outside, it's pretty cool, right? It's maybe a little bit off-center, slightly, just a tad, but that's what I had to do for the space that I had allocated. Now this was going to be another church, or no, it was going to be my house. I was going to build a big mansion, but then some poor people moved in. Look at all these poor people. Look at all these poor houses for poor people. Yeah. Pathetic. Anyway, time to move on to another building. Our journey now takes us to Aethia, the capital of Regnum Aquilarum. This here is the second church that I built, and honestly, I think it's quite nice. It's pretty quaint. I built it forever and ever ago, and it's here in the middle of the city. It was originally for a build competition. I think you can even still see, yeah, there's build competition plots, but the thing is, no one was ever awarded a prize. It was all a scam, and I'm very disappointed. And so yeah, and here we've got the church. It's got a bunch of signs. Dude, I literally didn't, like, half of these things I did not put here. Like this, I don't know who the frick put that there. I didn't, but I did put this here, and that's just some, I don't even know, it's something in Latin. So yeah, there's still a church, nice little space here. You can sit, it's got some paintings, it's got some windows. I think this is probably my favorite one, just like for the atmosphere, I don't know, I think it's nice. And so that is the church that was built in Aethia. Now there are many more aside from this, which we will visit right now. Well, it took me a very, very long time to get here because they had their teleports off for some reason, but this is FortLuka, aka the old-ish Crusadon. This is a church that I built here. It is no longer owned by me, it's owned by some other kingdom because we sold it for some reason. I'm not sure, I wasn't part of the deal, but this is the little church that I built here in this town, and as you can see, it's kind of alright, but again, it uses just way too much cobblestone. Like, I kind of stopped using cobblestone recently because I think it's just... it makes it look like an ancient ruin, and it's not supposed to be. But yes, in here, we have a cathedral much wider than the other one. What is this? Someone, like, barfed on the floor. Yucky. And there's only one... no, okay, there's a few more signs, but a lot of the signs appear to be missing. Yeah, so this was also never quite finished because we left right before I finished it. But I think it's a pretty nice building. I like the vaults. Vaults are pretty alright, pretty standard. But it is just kind of wide. It's sort of just an odd building. I don't know. There was another one that I built before this that was like, it didn't even have towers. It was like teeny tiny. It was like the size of this entrance. And that building, I mean, it could be somewhere, but I think it's been torn down because it was on an island, and then they left the island, and I think tore everything down there. At least I remember it was just my little church in the water, because there was nothing really below it. They took the whole island and moved it somewhere else. So yeah, that one's probably gone, but this one is not gone. The final stop in this tour takes us to Crusadon, the capital of the Crusaders' Empire. Now this place is a pretty big city. As you can see, it's got a giant tower that's yet to load in. There it is up there. It's quite a large city, and it's got lots of people, big empire. Yes, and I am one of the first people to have joined this kingdom, like a long time ago when it was just a militant crusader organization, which fought some questionable wars, and everyone got banned except for me for some reason. They actually forgot about me. I'm almost insulted that they didn't ban me. But anyway, yeah, so we're here in Crusadon. This cathedral here is one that I built a long time ago as well. It is quite a bit like Son Chapelle de Vincennes, but it's not quite the exact same. So this is the main one that they use. There's a lot of NPCs around here. I don't know, like, how they did this, but there's a few, so that's where those people are. As you can see, there is an organ, which is pretty cool. It doesn't really, it doesn't really play much, but there is an organ, which I put there. It's pretty cool. There's lots of stained glass. And there's this. I didn't make any of this. Someone else did. It's kind of... it's a little weird. It's like... I don't even know how to describe it. It's very gothic, but more fantasy than anything. And as you can see, there are some vaults up there, although I don't think they're very good. I don't know what I did wrong here. No, I do know what I did wrong here. I just don't know how I managed to do that at all. Like, I messed up the vaults somehow, and they're just completely wrong, but they're up there. There's something. But that's not the only thing that I have built in this city. No, I've built some more. This is what you will have seen in the thumbnail of this video. It is the great cathedral that has no name yet. Look at that. Wow, isn't that cool? Isn't that huge? It's massive. You know what else is massive? No, I'm kidding. Well, if you look at this, you might notice it's a little unfinished up there. Yeah, so I'm not done building this. I'm still working on it. I build it whenever I am listening to an audiobook for school. In the thumbnail, it might be finished because there's only like maybe half an hour left of work to be done on it, but I don't want to. I can't be bothered, so I am filming this before it is done, but you can still see most of it here, and I think it looks pretty cool. Now, there's actually some stuff inside the cathedral for once. There's actually, like, something to see. So first of all, just look at this door. I like this door. This is a nice door. It's got lots of detail. It's got some buttons. Yeah, that happens a lot, and I have to fix it every time. So this is the inside. It's got a nice floor pattern. This was not done by me. This was done by Marco. He built the floor, but I did build the vaults here. As you can see, there are some of these. Now, these are also kind of weird, like this thing here, this wall here. I don't really like it. I think I'll change that slightly, but the rest of it looks more or less alright down here. And there's some more vaulting up there. That thing, that vault was a huge pain, because if you look at it closely, you'll see it's all completely uneven. And also, there's a block missing there. Okay, well, that's not what I meant. I mean, that wall, which connects to that arch, is 1 block shorter than that wall, which connects to that arch, which is 1 block shorter than this wall, which connects to that arch. So I had 3 different arches, and I had to try to make them fit together. And I did. I got it to work, but yeah, just don't look too closely at it, because it's all wonky. Now, if we go through this tiny little staircase here, we can zoom up to the top, not the top, the second level. This room is a much neater vault. I much prefer this one. It's just way better than the vault that was above. It's got a nice window. Aside from that, there's not a whole lot to see. This is where the organ will go eventually. I don't even know. I mean, there's a lot left to build, as you can see. Like, I haven't actually built the church part of the church. I've just built the bell towers. Anyway, moving on up, we go up another staircase. It's kind of wonky because it moves this way and takes a second to get up to the top. But once you do get up here, you shall soon see that it's quite under construction. This is the belfry, I think is what you'd call it. And this is where the bells will go. There'll be some wooden infrastructure in here and some bells, of course. This is the belfry. Now this is a nice little dome, and you can go out here and you can see all over the city from up here, way atop the cathedral, and you can very dangerously stand up here. I have fallen quite a few times to my death down there. It's pretty... well, it's quite tall. It's very dangerous. Also, this is a dome, and you can't really see it from the ground. I struggled a lot with this top thing, because I just didn't know, like, what would you even put up here? Would you just leave it flat? But that doesn't seem quite right. So this is how it is now. It might end up changing, it might not, I don't know, we'll see. And there is, of course, the other tower, which is still under construction. Now, Stony Stoner, or Gooby Goober, whoever you want to call him, who is the guy who runs the Stoneworks YouTube channel, will be making a video about this city and this country. I might be mentioned in there. I don't think it's up yet, but when it is, I'm definitely going to go see if I'm there and see if my cathedral here is featured. It might be. We'll see. I'm kind of proud of that. I'm a bit of a celebrity here. I'm pretty famous. This big cathedral has taken so long because, like, the economy is not great. Like, I have 53,000, which is a lot, but I don't really spend it because, I mean, I guess I'm just not good with money. But, like, I've got these 2 pickaxes and some stone that I have been provided, and I've just had to build this. And I don't even have a designing creative. I just drew it out on paper. Here's a photo of the drawing right there. Look at that terrible handwriting. Yeah, so I've been working off of that plan this whole time. And a few times here, I've, like, noticed that the plan was not right. I should have done more planning. Ouch. Like here, if you look at the roof, you see you've got this nice triangle. It's quite a bit like Notre Dame. Technically, this isn't Notre Dame, but it's just very similar. Anyway, so you have this triangle for the roof, but the actual bit that is supposed to be roofed goes out to there, which is about double the size of this triangle, and you can't just keep going down because then it hits the vaults. So I have to try to come up with some other solution, and I might have to do something like this, which would be terrible. I don't want to do that. So I'm not sure exactly how this roof is going to go, but that's why, it's still under construction. It'll be fine. One day, I'll fix it. At some point. Oh yeah, I'm the best. So yes, this is the cathedral. Like I said, it's not Notre Dame. There's some slight differences, like those triangular arches. They go through the thing, this band, I don't even know what it's called. And there's those, yeah, those are different, those windows. And those, yeah, look at that, they like are layered. I don't even know how to describe any of this stuff. I don't know the words. It's just, you know, it looks cool and it's slightly different. And those are all of the churches that I have built on this server. I could have possibly forgotten one, but I don't think so. Yeah, I build too many churches. There's a reason they call me the guy who builds churches in Minecraft. It's because that's literally all I do. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to me right now so that I can get monetized and stop being broke. Also, if you want to play video games with me, you should join my Minecraft server, Conquest SMP. The link is in the description. Join it. It's great. It's got like 3 players maximum. So it's really, I don't know, fun personal experience. So yeah, you should do that right now. And by the way, if you know me from Stoneworks and you're seeing this video, real sorry for you to be disappointed that my voice is that of a toddler. Now, that is all. Goodbye. Why are you still here?